Grand Theft Auto V is a video game published by Rockstar Games in 2013. For the purposes of this video, however, I will only be analyzing Grand Theft Auto Online, because Rockstar treats it as a separate game with features and content not available in the story mode. With a large open world to explore, several multiplayer modes, and an ever-increasing number of vehicles, it's no wonder Grand Theft Auto Online became so popular. The reason I'm analyzing GTA Online is because of how it's constantly evolving and being updated with new content. I mean, there's so much to talk about. The guns, the vehicles, everything else. The game's just absolutely massive. And despite coming out in 2013, it's still being updated and story mode isn't. In fact, Grand Theft Auto Online was so successful that planned DLC for story mode was scrapped and worked into various updates for online. With all that said, let's begin. In terms of genre, I'd call Grand Theft Auto Online a multiplayer action-adventure open-world third-person shooter. Aesthetically, GTA Online has a very naturalistic look that isn't too stylized, combining natural lighting with realistic graphics to simulate real life in a sense. Being an online sandbox, you have the agency to choose if you want to play missions or not, but it's strongly encouraged as it's the quickest way to get the cash you need to buy cool vehicles, weapons, or ammo. GTA Online also works great when viewed through the lens of a story machine. Playing the game with friends and doing all kinds of crazy stuff is a lot of fun, makes the game more memorable. It also encourages more people to buy it. As you can see, we're seeing the character from a third-person point of view, but if I want, I can press the select button and change into first-person view. Now, let's take a look at the user interface. The UI element that sticks out the most is obviously the minimap. Tells me where I am, where other players are in relation to me. You'll also notice a small green health bar and a blue one as well. That's my armor and health bar. If I press down on the D-pad, the minimap gets bigger. The game tells me how much money I have, what street and neighborhood I'm in. If I open the map, I can mark a waypoint, and the minimap shows me where to go. The map also lets me see where other players are. I can also pull out my phone and call my mechanic to bring me a personal vehicle.
It's on the way!
The interactive units of GTA Online are controlled by the commands I press on the console controller. Each command is assigned to a button that does something. For example, LB opens up the weapon wheel. GTA Online's world is primarily filled with ancillary characters, but you can interact with other players to make the game environment feel more lively. Raph Koster discussed how games are made up of other smaller games, and the same is true here. When I input the Y command near a vehicle, I am able to drive it, which is like turtles going all the way down. One of the game rules is that you can only go inside certain buildings. Notice how only buildings such as the clothes store or mechanic are marked on the map. That's because they're important and can be entered. Interestingly enough, there's only one building that's not important that you can actually go inside, and that's the bank for some reason. It's cool to be able to go in there and makes the game feel just a little bit more realistic. Grand Theft Auto Online features dozens of vehicles to drive, fly, and run people over with. Vehicles are an excellent example of Grand Theft Auto Online's emergent play, as the missions let you use any vehicle you want to complete the mission. There's also several multiplayer modes and activities, such as arm wrestling. Being a large open-world sandbox, it's easy to forget that there is in fact a story featured throughout GTA Online, just a very loose one. Upon booting up GTA Online for the first time, you're greeted with an opening cutscene of your character flying into Los Santos Airport and being picked up by Lamar from story mode. This was the only cutscene in GTA until 2015, which saw the addition of heists, which are narrative-based missions and setups that emphasize teamwork with other players and feature cutscenes. From what I've pieced together, GTA Online narrative is about the player character's journey from a street-level crook to a criminal crime lord. In Level Up, Scott Rogers mentions that a traditional story has obstacles to be overcome in order to gain a reward or objects of desire. In GTA Online's case, the object of desire is money, so you can buy that sweet new hover bike or awesome supercar. Jesse Shell actually shouts out GTA as an example of player transcendence when talking about the lens of simplicity and how by making the player character a criminal, Grand Theft Auto becomes more fun than if you were stuck playing as a law-abiding citizen, which thanks to the emergent gameplay you can actually roleplay as. But this is a lot more fun. When I first started playing Grand Theft Auto Online, my character had no money or property, and over the last 6 years I've acquired billions of in-game dollars and watched as my character has risen from a common criminal to a crime kingpin. Both narratively and mechanically, GTA Online made it clear what path you're supposed to take, which is to do whatever you want, within the space of possibilities provided. The past 6 years of GTA feel like my story, and it's nice knowing that my friends helped me along the way, some that I lost touch with years ago. They helped me finish and complete heists to make the big money so I could buy all the cool stuff I still have to this day. What I really enjoy about Grand Theft Auto Online is flying. When you get in a plane and just fly around the map, seeing how much detail and effort went into creating it. Even after 6 years, the game's still a blast, except for the trolls and how Rockstar keeps coming out with newer, crazier, and more expensive vehicles, whereas everything in the very first DLC was completely free. It sort of feels like the game's becoming pay to win, which is a little disappointing.